Hi all, Hipper here. Now with the Azure lane on sale again for this week, I'm going to put up videos with each of my favorite Azure lane commanders in the coming days. So we're starting out with Scharnhorst here, which is, I'd say, is a must commander because the base trait gives you increased dispersion, which you can use on any battleship. So if you like dispersion builds, I'd say that she is, well, a must. So in this game here, I put her on Scharnhorst, and we are starting out here, and I'm very suspicious of this guy here because he's tier 5 and he's not moving, and if you look at his guns, he's a floppy gunner. You see his guns are flopping around while he's looking, and if you're looking at where he's looking into part of the map where nothing goes on. So he's looking to his left where there is absolutely nothing. There's the end of the map and that's it. So I know that I cannot trust this guy at all, and probably no one in this game here. So this is a game that we're gonna have to win on points instead of eliminating the whole enemy fleet, because I don't think that's doable. Because that guy is a tier 5, and I know there is a double Nelson division in this game. So that's going to be a tough thing to deal with. And that's especially true if you don't have a crack SEAL team to back you up, which is not the case here. So like I said, I have Azure lane Scharnhorst on my actual Scharnhorst here, and I've chosen to display the ice camouflage in this game here, but that doesn't really matter. So the dispersion with this commander is greatly improved, and I've also got Cunningham as an inspiration, so I've got it pretty much as precise as it can be. So we'll just remove the shores here from the map, and as you can see, that was a pretty nice shot there. It wasn't too spread out. It was also not that far away, but like Scharnhorst does its best work up close anyway. So I'll just do another one here. So absolutely, I think that Azure lane Scharnhorst is worth the 5,000 doubloons if you don't have her already. It gives, like, she gives some new life to Scharnhorst. It doesn't change the ship completely, but it does make it more competitive because the brawling battleships at tier 6, they are having a tough time at the moment, especially when you get up tiered into tier 7 battles. So we're just lining up another shot here on someone who is obviously also a little bit new to the game, but it's a perfect opportunity to test out the accuracy on this build here, and it is good. It is very nice, I must say. So obviously our Pensacola friend from before, he's already dead, and that is really not a surprise. You saw how I was scrutinizing him in the beginning, and that's because I've played this game so much. I know instantly the people I spawn with, if they are trustworthy or not. So here we have an AFK destroyer, which is another opportunity to test out the accuracy of this build. Now this is a small target and he's not broadside on. So I'm just going to fire torps this way here and then let my cruiser deal with him. Because there's really no point for me to get involved with this guy here, because I'll have to sail all the way up there and shoot him and then sail all the way back. And I'm just hoping my secondaries can do the job, and perhaps I get a torp hit. That would be nice. And then suddenly he wakes up. He must have been asleep at the wheel for a second there, but so it's a good thing I didn't approach him, because then I would probably get torped. So I'll just give him a salute shot here, and then I'll just head on. So the cruiser can attack him from this side, and there's a destroyer coming as well. Don't know what he's doing over here, because we're finished over here. We have to go to B. There's nothing more to do here. This destroyer here, the cruiser can take care of that, so we really don't need you, destroyer friend, but whatever. So the battleships are striking back, and I still haven't seen the double Nelson division yet, but I know they are around, and they haven't been sunk yet, obviously, because they're probably two pretty good players teaming up in Nelsons. So we need to get this B cap here. We are ahead on points, and I want to keep it that way, because I don't think that I can win this battle or we can win this battle here, I should say, by eliminating the whole enemy team. We'll have to play a little bit smart and see if we can't outpoint them. So I'm just gonna get into a little bit of safety here, so I can only take fire from one battleship at a time, and then I'm going to see if I can determine the best way of approaching B at the moment. So I just want to determine if this hood here is actually running away, or if he's going to turn around and become a nuisance later on. Because like I said, I cannot put any trust in that cruiser on my side here. So I'll have to, well, figure these things out on my own. So I already solo capped one cap here. So it looks like I'm going to have to do it again. Like, we are steady ahead on points here, which is looking good. The enemies are quite far behind, and just trying to stay out of range of these Nelsons here, because I don't have the agility to, well, outlast them, I guess. So I have to save them for for later. So B hasn't been capped, and there's only 3 enemy ships left. So it's 3 versus 6. But like I said before, I don't have a lot of trust in this team here, so I will have to get B to be absolutely sure that we're going to win this battle here. So keep an eye on this Miyoko here that's up in the top left corner, because he is going to make a big no-no, and he's going to sit behind this island the whole time, and we'll come back to him later. But just notice him. That was one of the guys I spawned with. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So we have the 2 Nelsons over here and a 3rd battleship somewhere out in the distance. We don't have to worry about him right now, but I will have to worry about him later, because that Miyoko doesn't really do its job, to be honest. So I can see the Nelson is moving in now, and that's my cue. I'm in a German battleship, and taking damage is what I do. And if I can slow these Nelsons down here just by probably 3 minutes, so we're down to around 5 minutes, and if I can cap at the same time, that would be perfect. Of course, that's going to be difficult, because I'm going to have 2 battleships shooting at me trying to reset the cap. But it's worth trying. And like I usually say when I play German battleships, if you don't end up sunk, then you probably didn't play them to the fullest. And this is a perfect situation here. 2 Nelsons, no one else can really tank these ships other than me. And I am the last battleship left, so I might as well do something useful. So just keeping them from actually capping B here, because that will, in theory, give us the victory. So I am putting a lot of faith in this destroyer over here being able to torp these Nelsons here while I'm keeping them occupied, because I cannot last very long with all this HE damage here. So the plan is pretty much just to delay them and make sure that they don't cap. So here I don't get this kill here, which is a little bit annoying, but so be it. So that's 1 Nelson down, and a lot of thanks to the destroyer, he helped out immensely. So just rushing the other Nelson pretty much, and seeing if we can get in some good hits on the way. So by doing this, I've been able to push both Nelsons back. Like one of the Nelsons got taken out. I didn't do it myself though, but he's gone, and that removes a lot of the threat here. So I'm actually on my way to cap as well, so I'm going to give it a shot. And I still have 2 healths left, and obviously a few repairs, so if I bow tank this guy, I should be able to last quite a while here. And of course, if I can cap, that's perfect. If I can, that's okay. I mean, all I want is for this guy not to be able to cap, because I want to win this battle here on points, like I said in the beginning. So take a look at the Miyoko again. He's not really doing much. He's just hiding behind the island up there and not taking the battleship on. I mean, at that distance there, he should be able to torp that guy. And at the very least, once the battleship starts heading down towards me, he should be able to HE that guy into oblivion, because has nearly 10 kilometers to cover. So I nearly kept there, but I didn't make it. I got reset, so we'll try again. And of course, all this here, like, it also gives you XP while you're trying to cap. So I don't know where this battleship is now. I'm kind of the battleship to my north, by the way, because he's not spotted, because the Miyoko isn't spotting him. So I don't know which way he's going to come around this island here. And I am guessing a little bit here. I don't know which way he's going. But it turns out that he's coming in through the opening behind me. It's a bit of a problem, because I am caught in a nasty spot now. But I did manage to cap, so I've set this game up to be won on points very, very easily. I mean, all the last guys have to do is pretty much just hide and perhaps reset the cap once in a while. That's it. Nothing else to be done. Absolutely nothing else. So I'm sure, as someone who plays World of Warships once in a while at least, I'm sure we're all used to battles that are like head scratchers in the end, and this is one of them. Because the Nelson ends up taking out the destroyer. But because of course it does. I don't know what is going on here in the last few minutes, but it's really, really weird. Like, all these players who have been hiding the whole game decide to come out of their like shell now and take on ships that can pretty much one-shot them. It doesn't make any sense, and it is quite a problem. And I'm sure these players meant well, and they were doing the best they could, and perhaps they're new to the game, who knows, but so it's not their fault. It's more Wargaming's fault, making the progression through ships too easy. Well, it is. Anyone who has enough time can research a legendary ship and take it out. That's all they need. They need to log in every day, that's it. And of course the campaign ships are all tier 7s, and if you pay out the campaign you get a tier 7. So I know it's a little bit late now because everybody's already got access to these ships here. But probably a little bit of a head scratcher moment for Wargaming there. I mean, why not make it a little bit harder to get to tier 7? You can rush through the tech tree in a day probably if you are dedicated and have a lot of boosters and get to tier 7. So I think it should be more difficult. So anyway, here's our friendly Miyoko. He's come out from his hiding because now he's the last ship left versus 2 battleships. So of course now is the time to come out, obviously. And he's taking them on, and he's not even being like subtle about it. He's not even trying to sneak up on them and torp or anything like that. And we are ahead by nearly 600 points. So all he has to do is just not get killed. And the same thing was the fact for the Algerie before. Like, just hide and run away and you'll win the battle. But instead, he lines up his broadside here for like a very inviting shot. And obviously, if you are in that last battleship there, you're just gonna wait till he does that again, and then take him out. And unfortunately, he decides to do that again, which is, yeah, unfortunate, because he wants his rear guns into action, and he was lucky before by getting that Nelson with no health left. But yeah, you're not going to repeat the number here, my friend. And he's gone. And we were ahead by nearly 700 points. So yeah, anyway, this was a video about Azur lane Scharnhorst, and I like the commander on Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, and also on Turbets. So I think she's a must-have. So I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you out there.